Hey everyone, it's Fake Manette here. Sorry for not uploading a video yesterday. I had things to do at work, so I wasn't able to. So today I'm just going to be putting out two videos to compensate for that. So today I got a battle against my friend and co-worker Shadow. I'm not going to disclose his real name, obviously. So the story behind this video, we were at a training event and we bought the copies of the game while we were down there because we didn't bring our own copies. And so these teams were they were EV trained, but not really IV trained, and the movesets aren't exactly all proper. But we did what we could with what we had. So still winds up being a pretty good match. So I'll just go ahead and get started. Now, we don't really have very many items on this team. I believe I know I have the Life Orb and the Mega Gardevoir. He has the Mega Lucario, which is really the only really scary thing on his team, and the Weavile is pretty scary. So I started off with the Torkoal. I was expecting to switch, so I went for the Curse. Obviously, it didn't work. He was trying to get past my physical bulk with the special defense. So, as of right now, I'm pretty much in a bad spot, but I'm like 90% sure he's going to go for the Psychic. So I go ahead and switch out to my Hydreigon so I can pretty much get a free turn. And I go for the Poison on this turn, trying to whittle this thing down. So he switches out, brings out the Aegislash. I'm like, oh shit, because the Poison won't hit, but it hits. And some of you are probably thinking, oh, that shit that hit. He has a Zoroark on this team, and I just found it. So he's all exposed. I was really expecting to switch, but I went for Protect just to let the Poison whittle him down and to see what he was going to do. He went for the Dark Pulse. So I go ahead right here and go for the Dragon Pulse, also expecting to switch. I know he doesn't have a Fairy on his team, so I figured it would work. He goes for the Foul Play, predicting that I am either physically defensive or a physical attacker, but I'm not. I'm a special defense. So he decides to stay in right there. The Poison takes him out anyways. So bye-bye to the Zoroark, which is good because now I don't have to worry about the mind games. The Weavile comes out. Now this scares me because I know it's physical and I know I'm special. And I can't touch it, and it can kill me in one hit. So I switched to my brand, hoping he'd go for the Ice Shard. He goes for the Poison Jab, I guess trying to get the poison off, I believe. But I eat it up. It's all good, it's what tanks do. So, right here, I go for the Flame Wheel. Just a safe pick. I know that, because if I go for the Curse, it doesn't really matter what he brings out. I was expecting to already come out anyways. So I go for the Flame Wheel just to get a little bit of damage off. I know it doesn't have leftovers. It doesn't do almost anything, so I go ahead and switch out here back to my Hydreigon, just so I can have my special wall out. He goes for the Flamethrower, I guess predicting that so he doesn't get anything off. But like I said, this thing is especially defensive. It resists it. It takes no damage. He burns me though, which is a bad thing for me. I mean, I'm not too concerned about the attack drop, but I have no way. I believe I do have Roost on this thing, but it's still just not a good thing for me. So I Poison just to whittle down in response to the Willow. He stays in. I guess he's just trying to do as much damage as he can. Right there, he withdraws on the next turn. Aegislash comes in, and I go for the Roost just to get my health back. As far as plays that don't need to be made, I go ahead and switch out. There's no reason for my Hydreigon to be out here, just sucking out the burn. So we're going to the Green Flash, hoping it can take a hit from this thing. I was actually predicting the King Shield because I thought he was going to go for attack, but he goes for the Free Swords Dance, which is a good play on his part. He goes to the King Shield in this turn, but I go for the Earthquake. Just because I know I won't actually touch him or lower my damage. I go for the Earthquake once again. Earthquake him right there. It's super effective. He does the Stance Chains. I believe he goes for the Sacred Sword here. He does, which doesn't do... It kills. It immediately kills. But I have this thing weakened, and it hasn't changed stances yet. So I go back into my Hydreigon. He goes to the Shadow Sneak, which doesn't do nearly as much as I think he thought it would. He should have gone for the Sacred Sword. I use Dragon Pulse to finish this thing off. So, now that this thing is gone, I'm pretty much free reign until the Weavile comes back out. The Weavile is the only thing that scares me on this entire team. It comes out with the Bahamut, his Noivern, which I know is faster than everything on my team, including my Greninja. It goes to the Air Slash. I decide to let my Hydreigon go down right here. He really had no other use at this point. So, because he already poisoned the Delphox, so that was done and over with. Plus, it lets the special attack drop on the Noivern. You know, either forcing the switch out or whatever. So I come out to the Gardevoir. You know, just because. I felt like it was a good switch in, especially since this thing is a Dragon type and I'm specially defensive. So I come out, I Mega. He goes for the U-turn, trying to get the neutral damage off and do the physical. Still doesn't do really that much to me. So the Weavile comes out. Now, I had already picked a move, and he really should not have done what he just did. So I go for the Thunderbolt, because I knew nothing on his team was immune. So he goes for the Feint attack instead of the Ice Shard, knowing he's going to go first regardless. Goes for that more damaging, but I go for the Dazzling Gleam because I still take that shit. It's out. It's gone. His biggest threat's out. At this point, I pretty much know I've won. So I just kind of try to play as safe as I can. It goes to the U-turn again on the Bahamut, just trying to whittle me down. He kills my Gardevoir, which is unfortunate, but you know it happens. But right here, I have switch in priority obviously because he uses a U-turn, and I see who it is. So he's bringing out his Lucario. I brought in my Greninja. Protein, by the way, thanks to a friend, Safari. So, right here, I go for the Surf. The reason I go for the Surf, I know this thing isn't defensive, you know, completely, but also, I didn't want to go for any of the other moves because Ice would have probably died from this Power-Up Punch, because it's super effective. Now, I actually live from the Power-Up Punch, so he goes with the Quick Attack, so it really didn't matter. I wasn't expecting the Quick Attack, you know, I was expecting the Bullet Punch, but, so my brand comes out right here. This thing is weak to fire, so I was hoping I could live one turn and get the Flame Wheel off, which I do. Live on 4 HP right there. My Torkoal getting it done. So the Lucario goes down, and, you know, I get the Leftovers boost, sitting there with a wafting 400 HP. He sends out his Noivern once again. He goes to the Dark Pulse. I let Torkoal die here because I know his biggest physical threats are gone. So, right there, I go for my burger, which is my Snorlax. Now, this Snorlax is actually holding Assault Vest right here. So, this does a whopping 30 damage. Now his special attack's gone, and I go for the Ice Beam. I had the Ice Beam specifically for this battle. Not only does it almost kill, it freezes this thing, and lets me go for a clean Power-Up Punch. Getting an attack boost, and getting ready for whatever else comes out. So, it kills regardless of it not being very effective. The Noivern goes down, and out comes the RA, and I have Earthquake on this thing also. He goes to the Size Shock so he can get past my special bulk, but either way, it doesn't do anything to me. So I go for the Earthquake, and I kill this thing immediately. It had no chance. It goes down, and that was GG from this guy. Now, me and Shadow have done, you know, back and forth all the time. But this was a pretty good battle, considering what the both of us had, you know, the time we had, and all things considered. Yeah, he brought in an Uber, which at the time wasn't an Uber. It was still OU. But at the time, we just tried to put together what we had. So, thanks for watching, everyone. You know, subscribe, like the video if you liked it, all those things. And I'll catch you in the next video. Fake Bayonet.